What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today, you're talking sports with mgnasent. Today, ladies and gentlemen, as you guys can see by the title of the thumbnail, today we're going to be breaking down every single Raptors foul that got called on Joel Embiid or James Harden because, I've seen a lot of people, coaches, fans that are not even Raptors fans or Sixers fans, complaining about this. A lot of people says it's bad to watch, it's bad for the NBA. Just a lot of things being thrown around here. So today, I'm going to be breaking down every single foul that was called on the Raptors, whether it was on Joel Embiid or Harden or whatever. And shout out to this Twitter account who I got the video from. He's the real MVP here. He's the guy who made this video possible. So the next clip you're going to see, I'm going to voice over my thoughts and opinions. We're going to go over it. We're going to explain everything. And, I am a diehard Sixers fan. I try to be as unbiased as I can on, especially when it's this type of conversation, because you already know people are going to look at this as a biased perspective. I'm going to try to give an unbiased perspective, and, I'm going to just give it to you how I feel. We all can go through this together, because as the same time as I do believe some of these calls and some of the things you're about to see in the next clip, they are a little bit ticky-tacky, but the extent that some people are taking this to is actually starting to be annoying as a Sixers fan, because it's like, all right, bro, now you're discrediting everything we've done this series because of foul calls. And I also want to get this clear as well, like, to people out there, um, y'all need to realize too, like, free throws are a part of the game. Like, I don't think that people like understand that discrediting a team or tallying up a score, taking away a team's free throws, that's absolutely just not fair to either team, because free throws are part of the game. If you get fouled in certain ways, or if you get fouled, you're gonna get free throws. It's literally part of the game. Every team has the same opportunities. So I just wanted to make that clear. But now in the next clip, you guys are gonna see um, me voiceover and everything about these free throws. So y'all enjoy it. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next clip. Peace. So as you guys are about to see in this clip right here, and by the way, I might get copyrighted because the NBA, they never like when you show their games on YouTube. But here's the thing. We got this right here. This is going to be the first foul that Embiid got. So let's go through it. So as you guys can see here, stop it right here. Like I said, shout out to this guy who posted this video on Twitter. Garrett Trent Jr., as Embiid is going up, swipe down on his arm. That's a clear foul. I'm not arguing this, and everyone knows this. Cool, we got it. Boom, cool.
Man stripped on the way up. Boards in
So
37 minutes. 19 versus Boston back in February. A little bit.
Next, we got body contact. Everyone knows if you got to go, the only way this is not being called a foul is if Siakam goes straight up, has his hands up like he does, and just goes straight up and does nothing. Siakam, as you can see, he did not go straight up, made body contact with Embiid as he was driving and positioning himself inside, and the whistle's going to get called every time. So that's two fouls right there that are clearly fouls. Let's move on. And then they're going to show the free throw.
And there was some contact, no doubt about it.
And as y'all can hear, I don't know if y'all can hear the commentator, but he says that's contact, no doubt about it. So cool.
His first.
So he shoots the free throws. Actually missed that one.
James Harden.
Here's a Harden one. Now here's the thing about this. This is a rule in the NBA. I don't 100% agree with this rule here of the hooking, and you get the hook. The offensive player can hook the defender if his arms getting into him, because when a defender tries to use his arms and his length to make trouble for the offensive player, all the offensive player got to do is that hook swipe thing, that side swipe, and Harden used it to his advantage. But we all know in the NBA rules that is a foul. That is a foul. I don't agree with the rule, but Harden used it to his advantage. And Anobi, who had a great game in this game too, Harden just said, "Look, you're playing me this way. This is the rules. I'm gonna use it against you. It sucks, but hey, bro." So there we go. So Harden gets the whistle.
Desperation, and he tricked him.
Obviously, free throws
Cali
are gonna go
typically is
down.
going to be allowed. And
Cool, cool,
All-Star,
game, game, game.
2018
He actually got
MVP,
3 free throws. This is like 2
three-time
a foul. Interesting.
Sixers with numbers. Oh,
Here's another foul. Now this foul right here. See, now here's the thing about this. I would have let this go as a ref. This is where I'm gonna start right here. I would be fine if this is called a no foul and Bede made the bucket anyway. So let's see. That's 1 free throw. Take away 1 point from Embiid, if you ask me, because that Siakam did get like his hand on his back or got his hand on him, but it was really nothing. It was kind of a ticky tack call. And that fired Embiid up, getting an and one. So that was just a big momentum thing right there. But like I said, you take away this 1 point from Embiid, cool, fine. I'm fine with that. We still won by what, like 18, 19. I don't know the exact score. I don't remember it, but we still won by a lot. So you take away that 1 point from Embiid, fine. Cry about it. Cool.
Sixers.
Embiid got held there. Now, sometimes that gets called and sometimes it doesn't. Because there's moments where when a guy's getting post position, the ref will call it. There's other moments where a guy gets post position and the refs don't call it. Now the Sixers aren't a bonus in this position. So let's go back a little bit.
Our will in this game. The 76ers.
He holds him, and Embiid, he does do a little bit of acting here, but he does hold him. He has his hands on him as Embiid's getting post position. You can't do that, especially you can't hand fight when the other team's in a bonus. You have to play a little bit softer. It's just how the game works. So that is a foul. Embiid does his job there. Raises his arm up, makes sure the ref seen it, and boom.
And a whistling foul inside for
and
5.
Embiid gets his 2 free throws. So far, out of the 9 free throws here that's on this counter, every single foul except for one, which was an N1 when Embiid made the shot anyway, it was a clear foul. You can't really debate it. We got that? Cool.
He didn't say chubby.
Oh, yes,
So
Even this series up.
he makes them
Embiid
right
again.
here, going up, pump fake, arms hit him. And I believe Chris Boucher's hand hit him at the end. I just want to go see that again. Chris Boucher looks like he gets him with the hand at the last second anyways. But just so we can have this again. Body contact from Kem Birch. I wouldn't have really called the body contact on Birch, but as you see, Boucher gets him with the hand. Cool. A little bit ticky-tack, but it's contact. The refs are going to see that and call that every time. Cool. Embiid gets his free throws. If you do want to take this one away from him, I won't argue that because it wasn't like a lot of contact, but it was contact there.
Completely surprising. Obviously, Tyrese Maxey is a
At the worst, you take away these free throws from Embiid. You take away what? That's 1 point from the one earlier. You take away 2, so you take away 3 points at the worst. But even this is still a foul because it was contact, wasn't a lot. I don't know if I'd call that if I was a ref, but right now, one that clearly was not a foul. We still got that 1-and-1 play. The foul calling us on Siakam. Cool.
ripping on the regular
Everything
season
else is a foul.
against the Sixers. Only 7.
Now look, Embiid, was that a little bit acting? Yes. Malachi Flynn was doing everything he could because in no world and no universe should Malachi Flynn be checking up Embiid as he's getting in post position. Now let's go back here. I just want to see this one more time.
Obviously, Tyrese Maxey is a terrific on the regular season.
Matter. Malachi Flynn holds him
against the Sixers.
And he does grab him a little bit, but Embiid does do a little bit acting. Like I said, he raised his hand up, did all that, and made sure the rest seen that he was getting held a little bit. But in no world, Malachi Flynn should ever be stopping Embiid from getting in post position. That was actually a good job by the Sixers for getting that mismatch here. Because no matter what the help defense does, Matisse Thybulle, whether he makes it or not, has an open 3 in the corner. So that was actually good coaching and a good scheme by the Sixers. I know I'm not breaking down Doc Rivers' coaching or nothing, but I just wanted to point that out there. Sixers got the mismatch they wanted. Malachi Flynn held him a little bit, and Embiid did his part. And like I said, Embiid always does this. If you hold him, he's going to raise his hand and make sure the ref sees that he was fouled. So a lot of people, say, oh, he flops a lot. That's just what he does, man. But let's move on.
7.
You think?
So that's another foul there. And
inside, Embiid.
He gets the putback. I would not have called this, in my opinion, but this is another and one play. He made the bucket anyways. He made it anyways. I don't think personally I would have called that. That was a little bit soft. I think Achua had his back turned to him. Let's go back to it, actually. Let's go back to it. Yeah, so it just, I don't think I would have called that, but it is what it is. So right now, the two clear fouls that I would have never called are both on and one plays anyways. So he made the basket. He made the basket. And that was great rebound in there and all that good stuff. So right now, fouls I would have not called are both on and one plays. Take away 2 points. Cool. And we still won by like 15 or 18. I honestly forgot what we won by exactly, but we still won by a large margin. So you take away 2 points, that's not really affecting the game so far. And that obviously got Embiid going. And obviously, a lot of the emotions you see out of Embiid in this game is because earlier in this game, OG and Anunoby had kind of got physical with them and they had a little scuffle. So now Embiid is on attack mode. Now it's like, now y'all just pissed me off. Now I'm gonna go and I'm just gonna be aggressive inside. And if you foul me, so be it.
And 10-point lead.
Here's James Harden again. That could be an offensive foul. That could be an offensive foul. Let me see if that's a charge or a blocking foul. Obviously, they called this a foul against the Raptors because it's in this clip. So first off, Malachi Flynn, one thing you should know the rules. Don't play your arm into the defender because even if Harden doesn't bump you off, he could have just easily hooked you and got that little hook, swipe foul, whatever you want to call it. And they called us a blocking foul since his feet wasn't set. The blocking and charging foul rule is stupid. Um, it just, I believe whoever creates the contact or initiates the contact should be called on the foul. I don't agree that, oh, your feet has to be set as a defensive player in order for it to be a charge, but it is what it is. It's a foul in the NBA. Cool. Malachi Flynn wasn't disciplined in that. He wasn't playing the right defensive technique, anyways. But if you want to take away this foul, I won't disagree with you. You can take away these 2 free throws. Boom. Cool.
And he gets.
So here's another one. Harden, kind of drove in. He kind of threw his body in there. And this is a blocking foul. I didn't mean to do that. But this is a blocking foul. Now, Embiid, my guy, he didn't have to fall. That was this, and this picture was funny when they had Embiid and Harden laying on the ground. But that is a blocking foul in the league. Like I said, I don't agree with it. But if your feet isn't set and an offensive player is driving in, that's a blocking foul. I believe it should be the person who initiates the contact, who forces the whistle to be blown. But let's go back and look. Their feet wasn't set in the right position. Harden drove in. He fell. Blocking foul. Cool. And obviously, the free throws go in. He actually missed his technical free throws.
Danny Green, rising fire.
Here's Embiid. OG and Anunoby in no world should be checking Embiid. That's why Siakam came over. And you seen I think it was even a jersey pull here. Let's go
Danny Green, rising fire.
There was a lot of contact on this play. Siakam right here is grabbing the jersey. That's a foul. Shelton, that's a foul. We don't need to discuss this. And Embiid actually misses the free throw there, so there you go. But at that point, and this is the clip where Embiid tells Nick Nurse to basically stop complaining about the fouls. But basically, we probably seen like 3 or 4 fouls that shouldn't have been called, and that I can see where you guys are coming from. But 80% of these fouls were actually fouls. But obviously, some of you guys are still going to complain about it. I just wanted to get my 2 cents because, whether it's my team or not, I have an open mind about everything. I want to see what you guys think and what you guys see. But right here, man, I seen most of them were fouls. Like I said, some of the rules of the NBA I don't agree with. Y'all know how I feel about the charge, the blocking foul. It's gonna be like that forever. So honestly, we might as well just get used to that. And the hooking or slide swipe foul, where if the defensive player uses his arm, you could just hook or you swipe across, and you know that stuff right there. We know that's a foul. It's been in the game, and it's probably gonna be in the game for way much longer. So some of these things you're just gonna have to get used to. But there was a lot of fouls in this game. Y'all don't have to make it seem like, oh, every single foul call, Embiid and Harden were just, just flopping or just jumping around, or the refs just favored them in this game because they got what the counter ended at, 19 free throw attempts for them. If you want to cut down some of the calls that I wouldn't call, they still got like 15 free throw attempts with each other. And also, I want to bring in on another point as well before I end this video off. When Embiid got most of his free throws, which is in the first quarter, Embiid was 12 for 14 or 11 for 12 from the free throw line in the first quarter. The Raptors actually had the lead after the first quarter. So majority of the foul calls that Embiid got, he ended the game with 14 free throw attempts. And the first quarter he got 12. So the Raptors, even after a lot of the foul calls happened, they were still in the lead. So they didn't lose this game because of foul calls. They lost this game in the second, third, and fourth quarter, in which it wasn't that many foul calls compared to the first, in which even after the fouls, they still had a chance to win. Van Vliet went hella cold after the first quarter, and Anobi did his thing this game. He had a really good game, but the Raptors lost the game because they lost the game. I wanted to make that clear. Appreciate y'all for supporting. And hey, keep subscribing for the channel. I'll be here covering Game 3 live on the channel, so y'all can come stop by and stuff like that. And we got to watch the notification, but appreciate y'all for supporting. Until next time, you've been talking sports with MG Nas, and I'm out. Peace.